Numbers chapter 30, regulation about vows. And this chapter can sound a little weird and a little patronizing or patronizing. It sounds archaic. It can sound even a little bit maybe abusive, depending on our perspective or maybe depending on our experience. It really is kind of none of those things. In the sense of, again, when we understand kind of the culture that this law was being set into, it can help make some sense. Again, this is a patriarchal culture. You know, I've had trouble saying this word all through these devotionals. This patriarchal or father kind of as head of the clan household, so the patriarch, again, multi-generational, household covering different families and their families, even servants, just this whole structure, socially speaking. The patriarch was actually responsible for the well-being of everyone in his household, to make sure that they were cared for, that they be provided for, that there was going to be enough resources for all. And so what these regulations about vows, at the root is God saying, look, keep your word. Jesus kind of affirmed this. Let your yes be yes and your no, no. You don't have to flower it. You don't have to add other things. Just keep your word. If you're going to make a commitment, stick to it as far as you are able, but stick to it. Keep your word. And here we see the question of, well, what happens if, like in a household, you have the patriarch, but what if one of their kids, the daughter, is not of age? What if she makes a commitment? What if she makes a vow, and that vow impacts the household? That vow impacts what would happen to or her father's resources, which are then the household's resources. What if she makes a vow? It could be she makes a vow to marry someone, but there was also already an arrangement that the patriarch had made with the patriarch of another household because of looking to keep those households aligned, or whatever the case may be. I mean, hypothetical scenarios abound here. But the issue is, those who make vows, they can't make vows that impact or impose on other people's stuff or on other people's responsibilities, other people's commitments. You can't make a promise that is obligating someone else to carry through your commitment. And that just makes sense. At least I think that makes sense to us in any culture, in any society. I've been married almost 25 years. I'm smart enough to know that I shouldn't make a promise on behalf of my wife. And she doesn't make promises that obligate me. The only exception is when we already know the person enough to know, yeah, they're likely going to do that, but you always give that room because you're obligating someone else. I'm responsible for the commitments I make. You're responsible for the commitments you make. It's just not just. It's not right. It's not fair to make obligations for someone else. So there's just the simple principle that kind of helps clarify, I think, what's going on here amidst the cultural differences that just can seem odd or strange, because we're thousands of years removed and also are reaping the benefit and the blessing, at least particularly here in Canada, of the heritage that comes from those who have lived out these principles from generations past. We live in a society that has been shaped by biblical principles, at least to some degrees. So, as you think about the vows you've made, and maybe ones you'll make today, keep them. Don't obligate others. And as you do, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you. May the Lord be gracious to you. And today would you know his peace, because he's made a commitment to you and he's going to keep it. God bless.